What happens when performance
I don't anymore.
What's your game plan here?
Well, I thought this would be a nice safe space for us to just rest, catch our breath, and come up with a game plan because I'm freaking out.
Yep.
What are we gonna do, Gran?
This whole episode has just been running from the Reds. Yep.
I don't like the sound of not saying player names, but horns literally surrounding us.
Yeah. I just hear that. Do you hear that?
I am a little concerned with that sound. What?
No,
oh
Scott!
my gosh! Go! Circles! Circles!
Dude, I hear so many zombies. Do you hear that?
Oh my gosh, what are we about to open up here? Is this safe?
This sounds horrific.
Oh, there we go.
I hear him!
Open up this
D-dubs.
whatever it is.
Aha!
The
Here they
radar's
are!
going crazy.
I have no arrows.
Oh, wait,
I'm
here.
gonna get some.
Oh, careful, careful!
Wait, I see him. I see him. He's down here.
No, Scott! Do something! Do something!
Where is he?
I have no arrows.
Oh, wait,
I'm
here.
gonna get some.
Oh, careful, careful!
Wait, I see him. I see him. He's down here.
No, Scott! Do something! Do something!
Where is he? There's so many mobs!
Oh no! Oh, my heart's going. Oh no! Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Scar and I are on other sides of the map without any gear. I need to go and get my gear back. ASAP. Oh my goodness. Do we want to be gentlemen and let me get my stuff?
It's here. It's here.
It's gonna be tough, I think, Green.
You're welcome to get your stuff, Green.
Yeah.
Did you see
See how many zombies there are?
Oh, what is
Oh,
this?
who let them out? It's Reds and Big B's army.
Are you haunted by your cable service?
Have you noticed strange, frightening fees?
Let's say you just got yourself a new Alexa device from Amazon. Now let's say you're not sure how to set it up. Maybe you're older, or maybe it's your first device. Whatever the case, there's a lot of folks out there who would love to lend you a hand. But I'm going to show you how some of these folks may end up costing you a whole lot more than you probably just paid for that new Alexa. So I went ahead and I bought myself a new Echo Dot, and I went to set it up. And of course the first step is to download the Alexa app. So I did what most people unfamiliar with this device would do, and I googled download Alexa app. And that brought up a whole list of paid ads for some different sites that claim to help you install or troubleshoot your Alexa device. And the website I visit has these buttons directing me to download the Alexa app. But instead of redirecting me to the App Store or the Google Play Store, it initiates the download right there. But it fails on every website that I go to, and then it tells me to start up a chat for additional support. And obviously you can't download the Alexa app from a third-party site, but I say, okay, fine, let's see how they can help. And that's when a woman named Amelia messages me and asks, are you facing any issues with your device or software? And are you trying to set up your Alexa device? Okay, how did she know? I said yes. She said, "Do you have a Windows or Mac laptop computer?" And I said, "Windows." And then she said, "No problem, I will guide you. May I have your name and phone number, please?" And I'm like, why does she want to speak to me on the phone? What's wrong with chat? I said, "I can't speak on the phone now." And she says, "Why?" "Why? What business is it of hers?" I said, "My baby is sleeping." And then she didn't even write back. I said, "Why do you need to know what computer I have?" But she didn't respond because she's only interested in talking on the phone and probably gaining access to my computer. A sure sign of a scam. But I want to know for sure, so I find an old, gullible senior citizen to call them up. A guy named Gary Willikers.
Yes, hello there. I'm calling with regards to, I've got an Alexa device here.
Gary Willikers is actually an alias for my friend Deo, who's a fellow scam baiter. I gave him the rundown and I told him what these scammers were going to try and do, and then I let them do it to him.
She's giving me the silent treatment. Every time I say, Alexa, hey Alexa, it's like my ex-wife, Louise.
So Gary tells them he's having issues with his Alexa, and just as I suspected, the first thing they want to do is remote into his computer, which he allows them to do. And the first thing they do isn't to log into Amazon or look for the Alexa app. Instead, they run a command. Now, listen to what they are telling him.
Can you see down? All these services has been stopped by the Microsoft.
Yes.
The Microsoft?
The infections are so big that they will ultimately give you a lot of trouble and the problems.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're saying they need to clean up some infections in his network to make the Alexa run, which costs $600 for a 7-year maintenance plan that they talk him into. And then they're going to tack on an additional $300 charge, but when Gary asks what that is for, they say,
These Microsoft services. Can you see down? This is what you will get under this. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I don't claim to be a computer wizard, but this smells like a bunch of horse crap. But an elderly person like Gary isn't going to know that, so he goes along with what these support agents are telling him because he needs to get his Alexa working. So then the agent takes Gary to a secure payment site at Bostoy.com, who according to them is the payment merchant. Now there's no way Deo is going to pay $970 to someone to fix an Alexa because that's insane. But we want to know how far they'll let us go. So Deo enters a credit card number that I give him, and I get an email that says that Bostoy is attempting to charge the card for $970. But it's declining because what I provided to Deo was a virtual number from Privacy.com, who's actually sponsoring this video, with his bank account and check number. So Gary just makes up an account and a check number and it goes through. But since he just made this up on the spot, it's surely going to bounce in just a few days. But as far as the scammers know, this is a legitimate bank and check number, and they think that they've been paid. This is the same thing that scammers do to you when they send you fake checks. Well, the agent goes to work. He deletes some files and he clears up some memory, and he even installs a free pop-up blocker, making Gary think that he's fixing the Alexa problem. Soon he tries to get Gary to log into his Amazon account so that they can look at the Alexa settings, but Gary Willikers doesn't even have an Amazon account. And you would think that that's the first thing that they would do when troubleshooting or setting up an Alexa, but these guys never even tried that before charging him $970. So Gary simply says that the Alexa is now working and the agent thinks he's done his job.
Awesome. All right. Seems like the network cleanup did work.
Yeah, sure it did, buddy. They then send Gary a DocuSign for him to complete that says that he's pleased with the services and that he authorizes them to charge him $970. Now again, I'm not a computer wizard, but I know a guy who is. So I showed this whole video to my friend Ronnie to see if these guys were performing a legitimate service or if they are just completely full of crap.
Yeah, they're totally full of crap. What they did was they ran a program called MSConfig, which is a way that you can enumerate different services and see what applications start up. And while they did show some services that were stopped and not running, that's just fully intended behavior of Microsoft. With Windows, some services will ship that don't need to be running on every system, and that's fine. Like I'm looking at my Windows computer now that I have services that are stopped. But again, so you don't need every service running all the time.
So what we have here is sort of a pseudo scam. You pay them for Alexa support, which they can help with, but they then convince you that you need their help fixing a million other things that aren't broken, sort of like a shady mechanic. And this scam isn't new. There have been plenty of reports of alleged tech support groups targeting Alexa customers. But Amazon provides Alexa support for free, and you don't need to hire someone who's going to convince you that your computer is infected. but there are countless elderly people who fall for this every day. And I've spoken with customers from this very business, and their stories are all the exact same.
Well, they had a live chat come up.
I thought that I was talking to somebody at Amazon.
I had given him access to my computer, so he's clicking on things and doing stuff.
They were on the laptop and, had showed me a whole bunch of, malware stuff that had come through and stuff.
They were really anxious to get me on a 1-year plan, 2-year plan, 3-year, protect my network.
And I gave them my credit card information. I should not have done that.
I'm a quadriplegic, okay, so I depend on voice to do things.
Well, if I was going to get scammed, I'd say this is one of the better ones.
You never for sure, because you don't know who to trust anymore.
There's a lot of bad people in this world, but the ones that I don't have any patience for are the ones who take advantage of grandma and grandpa. So now, I'm coming after these scammers.
Let's go get this son of a bitch.
So I look at Gary's invoice and I can see that these guys call themselves the One-Click Geeks. So I start by having Ronnie look into their website to see if he can see who registered it. Turns out he has a trick for that. He Googles the website and he starts to see some red flags.
You can see here on the website, they say, contact us to find out how we can automate and reduce your daily IT needs. To me as an analyst, this is something where that's just not really, that doesn't really jive to me, and it's just the incorrect wording on that. So what I did was from there, I punched that right into another Google search. I found that there was this other website that also referenced this. It matches very similar to how that previous website was. And from there, I was able to identify the organization that was registered with. Sometimes you can ask the reverse question of saying where an organization is located. So that's what I did. I said, what are the other domains that have registered with the same name? That's where I was able to find all these other websites that were related back to this original website.
So Ronnie pulls up multiple websites registered by this same organization, and they all have abuse@godaddy.com as the registrar's email address. Except for one, which is using a personal email address. Oops. Turns out you can find a lot about a person with their email address, like their LinkedIn page, which tells me where they work and who they work with, which happens to be in India.
Got it, man.
And this confirms my suspicion, because the map on the contact page where Gary made his payment is pulling their location from India. Somebody forgot to cover their tracks. But if the One-Click Geeks is a team based out of India, then why are they directing customers to send payments to a company called Boss Toy in Dover, Delaware? Is this an actual company? Or is it a front? Are they just offering computer support, or are they collecting money from US citizens and laundering it to India? Their website says that they're a software development company, but there's no phone number or portfolio, and the content just looks very generic and stocky. And if you Google them, you'll see plenty of complaints about how people have felt taken advantage of when getting Alexa support. So I don't know if there's anything going on in Dover, Delaware or not, but I call up the One-Click Geeks to see what's going on.
Thanks for calling support. How may I help you?
Hi, my name is Brian, and my father Gary recently called you guys to get some support with his Alexa.
Yeah, so I'm Gary's son now. Can you see the resemblance?
Looky, give a click on extra cookies.
And now they're going to pass me over to customer support.
Hey there, this is Damon from One-Click Geeks.
So I tell Damon that I think that my father has been taken advantage of, and I'm not too happy about it.
My father just got hit with a $970 charge, and I think that was probably silly of him to do.
Actually, we provided him with the securities updated to his network. If we have provided him with 7 years of support for all his computer software support for Microsoft services, as well as the network cleanup.
Yeah, well, we already know you didn't do crap for Gary, so there's no reason to pay for 7 years worth of it. So I want a refund.
I would like to get it reversed somehow, or maybe he doesn't need 7 years of support services, you know? Between you and me, he's probably not gonna live for another 7 years.
Oh.
Do what now?
But maybe I struck an emotional chord with Damon because he agrees to do a partial refund for the old man.
I'll just see if I could just reverse some of the amount, like it could be a partial refund for you.
That would be helpful, because sometimes I think that people take advantage of these elderly folks and sell them things they don't need.
No, definitely not our company.
Bull crap. So now I interrogate him a little bit.
But the website says you're in India.
No. We're from Delaware. It's Dover, Delaware. The servers might be showing you that.
So the server's in India?
No, actually, the location changes as there are VPNs installed.
This guy really thinks that I'm going to believe that he's in Dover, Delaware. But apparently he doesn't know who he's dealing with, because I'm Pleasant Green and I have eyes everywhere scammers operate, including his city in India. I know the location of his building. I know the names of the employees in that office. And I have a list of all their recent victims.
How did you know to call me?
And I really hate being lied to. So now we're gonna mess with their heads. And soon enough, Damon calls Gary to offer the partial refund I convinced him to give, because the one thing this group doesn't want is bad reviews and chargebacks.
So I had a word with Brian, your son, and we could just provide you with the partial refund.
And while Damon's trying to process a refund to an account that doesn't even exist, Gary proceeds to waste his time, and he tells him that this all sounds like a refund scam he recently fell for.
Apparently there was some kind of charge on my Amazon account, but I couldn't log in. They ended up connecting to my computer, much like you guys did.
Did you pay them any sort of money?
And bringing up a scam seems to really interest Damon.
Gary, what was his name?
His name was Peter Parker, he said.
Peter Parker?
Yeah, that's what he said, Peter Parker.
Peter Parker? Really, Gary?
And
that's like a fake name. Do you know who Peter Parker is?
No,
have you
don't.
ever heard of this name? It's a fake name, Gary. It's just Spider-Man.
So now Damon is trying to educate Gary on who Peter Parker is, and he's going to reference an actor who played him nearly 20 years ago.
The first Spider-Man by Toby.
Who's Toby?
He
version of Spider-Man? I think that might be their version of Peter Parker.
I really don't know.
And
like what you're talking about.
The bad guys, the bosses, I guess, and that.
Misidentified our company as some other company, or someone may have used our name to represent themselves. Okay, so the scammers are allegedly using Boss Toy's name to represent themselves. I mean, that certainly wouldn't be the first time scammers have impersonated a company in order to scam people. But it would be the very first time scammers have used that company's very website to collect the money. Now, I don't know if I dare fly to Dover and knock on their door, but I have some friends who might.
Pleasant Green, what's up, brother? Trilogy Media is here. We just arrived, and guess what? Boss Toy Incorporated is right behind us, and we're about to go knock on the door and see what the hell is going on. We'll see who is behind those doors, my friend, and see you in a little bit. Let's go. Let's go.
You are not going to want to miss Trilogy Media's video where they look into this same Alexa scam.
You don't want to talk to a press? We're gonna bring press to you, yeah.
So go check it out right now and subscribe to their channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and to Deo's channel and to Ronnie's channel. And follow us as we try to bring more awareness to these scams. So be safe out there, everyone, and I will see you very soon.
Time to flip the world of education on its head.
Let's say you just got yourself a new Alexa device from Amazon. Now let's say you're not. So the other day I get an email from a woman named Megan Elizabeth, and the subject line says, "Thanks for opening my emails." And I was like, I don't remember opening up any emails from this person. I've never even heard of her. But I go ahead and I open up this one, and it says, "Hi Benjamin, I would like to personally thank you for opening my emails and for your loyalty. I would like to invite you to something really special." Oh boy, what is this? A scam? or an exciting business opportunity. So I continued and it said, as one of my loyal subscribers, I would like to personally invite you to try out MSS. Totally free. Okay, since when am I a subscriber of hers? And what is MSS? And how did she find me? She continues saying, we've been getting a ton of very positive feedback regarding this amazing software and I really think you would love it. Consider this your amazing opportunity to get started with something that actually works. If you just take a super quick look, you'll thank me. Best of luck, Megan Elizabeth, Account VP. And I was like, I think I'm okay. And I deleted the email. But then the next day, I got another email from her saying, hi Benjamin, I sent you the below email the other day, but I think you might have missed it. I can assure you I didn't miss it, Megan. But she goes on to say, we need you to please follow the link below and confirm your email so we can send you everything you requested when you signed up. Signed up? I don't remember signing up for anything. So I hit delete again. And of course, the next day there's another email. Hi Benjamin, this is the third and final notice. Well, thank heavens, now they'll finally leave me alone. Delete. But wouldn't you know it, she writes me again the next day. She said, when I started my online business 18 years ago, I made a promise to myself that I would never do this. Then why are you doing it? And why are you trying to get me to visit your link? And the emails just keep coming. Can the girl not take a hint? So finally, I'm like, what could this possibly be? So I take a look at the link that she's sending me and I run it through Trend Microcheck and it appears to be safe. So I open it up and I am greeted with a video.
Hi, I'm Joel Rubin.
First of all, no you're not. You're a stock photo and probably a voice actor from Fiverr.com. But please continue.
I'm so glad we've met. Laura is one of my best students and I want to thank her publicly for recommending me and what I do for people.
Okay, who's Laura? I thought I was talking to Megan Elizabeth.
I've been doing this internet marketing shindig since 2002. I started with nothing. And in that time, I have grown and sold businesses for as much as $10 billion.
$10 billion?
Now, that's not all profit, but it is enough for me to buy a villa in every major vacation spot in the world. And every classic car a greedy car nut could ever want.
Okay, that's not your car or your house. You ripped them off of someone else's website.
I've lectured all around the world sharing my secrets to become a millionaire.
Then why can't I find any information if I Google you if you've lectured all over the world?
Even if you have no experience, no money, no skills, no connections, no programming skills, no husband, no wife, no vertical leap, you've got a beer belly, you still listen to Britney Spears, you can't multiply 10 times 10, you can't change a tire, and you're too shy to talk to your own mom. Yes, for you too. You don't need any business sense, you don't need any common sense, you don't need any startup capital, you don't need any credit, you don't need a credit card.
This is so exhausting.
You're rolling your eyes, I get it. You need proof. Well, I appreciate your spunk. You're not just going to believe every guru blowing smoke up your I'm going to make you money right here, right now. That's right, I'm going to make you money before I ask from you a dime. And you can buy my product with the money I've made for you. See that? That's an empty account. Everything says zero, because this is the starting line. Before you got to this page, I set this account up for you, because I want you to see and experience what it's like to make money with Mobile Site Sniper. This cannot be faked. You will see this happen before your eyes, or I will fall flat on my face in horse manure, and you can laugh and laugh and laugh at me until the cows come home. I will give you the right to call me a scammer. Call me clay-brained, bash me on Facebook.
And then he gets money for every person that visits his site?
I use my Mobile Site Sniper software, which sends mobile users to this page, and it spits out money.
I still don't know where the money is coming from.
And I get so rich, I burn wads of cash in my fireplace for firewood, just because I can.
That seems wasteful.
That's exactly what I'm doing for you right now.
All right, I kind of need to summarize a little bit here because this literally goes on for 13 minutes. He even shows me some testimonials from people who say that they're making thousands of dollars a day, and they go as far to say that Mobile Site Sniper is
the most powerful and legitimate system on the internet.
That seems like a pretty bold claim. He goes on to call his clients his babies.
There's a reason my babies are getting these results.
That's not creepy at all.
And that's maybe why I was offered $1 billion, yes I said billion, for the Mobile Sniper system by a wealthy industrialist who wanted his greedy hands on it.
$1 billion? Well, this must be some pretty sophisticated software. He goes on to answer some questions like how much time you need to dedicate to the program, and he says it takes less time than it takes to make waffles.
About as much time as it takes for your waffles to pop.
Which is a weird way of telling time, but what exactly do you use the software to do? What is the objective of this business? What are we doing here? Well, he's about to tell us.
What are you doing during those 15 to 20 minutes? The answer is not a whole lot. Some clicking around, some checking stats, some eating of those waffles.
Okay, what is it with this guy and waffles? And that's it? Just... These weasels. I said I didn't want the upgrade. So I get a basic membership and now I'm a member with the full access to Mobile Site Sniper. So I log in and the first thing I see is a message telling me to call my mentor before I do anything. And I think, okay, that's nice. They've assigned me a mentor to help me figure out this whole thing. It's a good thing I didn't pay for the upgrade. Well, maybe this mentor knows how to get me the money that I've just earned with Joel. So I call him, her, they up, and I just get ringtones.
You could go to Grainger.com to find what you need to get the job done. Grainger, supplies and solutions for every industry.
Not everyone can handle the taste bud buzzsaw of the pure, undiluted.
I did this a couple times and I realized they weren't going to pick up. So I just decided to venture into Mobile Site Sniper alone and see what this is all about. And prepare yourself, because you are about to see what some have described as being the most powerful and legitimate system on the internet. Don't laugh, guys. Someone was willing to pay $1 billion for this. So the software appears to be just an online portal, and I'm not really sure why they're advertising it as a box or even calling it software, but it's very robust. I mean, there's only 11 options to click on, and 4 of them are instructions to using the site, like step 1, build your site, step 2, important. Okay, that's not a step, that's an adjective. And by the way, what website? What am I doing here? What is this business? What are we selling? I really want to give this an honest review, so I actually sit through these training videos with a guy who says his name is Tim.
Hi, welcome back. This is Tim from Mobile Site Sniper.
Even though the videos are embedded from a guy named Sergio's YouTube channel. The videos basically talk about how you can set up websites to sell products, which I'm guessing are the products that Joel is out there selling. My job is just to push the buttons and make sure that the traffic is going in the right direction. So I see that there's a training section with videos that I literally just watched and 2 buttons that don't even work. So basically this software has 1 button and the button says create a business. And again, I'm like, what business? What are we in the business of? So I try to follow the training that Tim gave me and I go to create a business. And here I can select the product that I want to sell. Okay, so I'm going to be a sales rep of some kind and there are 40 products I can choose from. And they appear to be ebooks or pamphlets on topics ranging from abundant living to blogging to cat care. So I figure I'll just sell an ebook on having a happy marriage. Seems like something worth selling. So I go to the next step and here I guess I create a website to sell my product. So I come up with a name and then on the next page I go to set my price. And I can see that the cost of the product is $7, but I'm gonna go ahead and just sell it for $1 and see if they let me. And they do. So it sets up my site for me and it's straight from 1997. And I'm just wondering, how will anybody land here? I'm guessing Joel or Meg